Hi everyone, welcome to Veronika Hug. If you want to learn how you can do a doubled edge like this when you're knitting, then this is the perfect video for you. So this is what I'm going to show you today. Stay tuned and get your stuff ready. So for this, I'm using 2 spools of the bobble cotton, this time in the blue shade. So this is just a part of a larger project, of course, just the next section, but the bobble cotton works well with the rest of it as well. So yeah, I definitely recommend starting with the bobble cotton. So anyway, that's the yarn that I'm using for today. You can use different colors as well. This is completely up to you, but let's get started with the actual project. So I started with 104 stitches. And I was using my knitting needles with the rounded line connected to them. You're also going to need one smaller one, so I have here the size 3, and you see a really short line, and that's exactly what we need. So 3.5 may be better for you if you know you're working a little bit more tightly, since I work pretty loosely. So yeah, it's about 21, 22 stitches per 10 centimeters of length. So I started with 114 stitches and then I closed it into a round. And then I just kept working the pattern 1 purl stitch, 1 knit stitch. And now what I want to do is add 1 stitch on every 3rd stitch that I have. So we're doing 3 stitches, 2 and 3, and out of this 3rd one I'm doing an addition, so with my left needle. Okay, now that we've zoomed in, so left needle goes here into this little loop, and then you do a knit stitch from there, and that's how you add an extra stitch on here. And now that I'm doing this out of every 3rd stitch, I would do again 3. And since this is a purl stitch here, I'm gonna do out of the following one an addition instead of here. So I'm taking the loop below from the next stitch and I'm doing a stitch from that. And then we again do 3. And when it's a knit stitch, then we can do an addition right there. And when it's a purl stitch, then we do it out of the next or the following knit stitch. Two and 3, and then an addition, and that's what we do for the entire row. Now that I'm done with this round, I'm going to do 1 round with just purl stitches. So we're just doing purl stitches with every stitch that we see. So you can count the stitches, but I know that we added 38 stitches in the last round plus 114. So 154 stitches is what we have total after this round is done. And I noticed in the video I made a little mistake, so it's 152 total stitches here. Now we're starting with the doubled edge. So now we need the other needles and we're going to use both. So with the first needle, I'm starting a knit stitch. And then with the second or the new needle, I'm doing a shortened knit stitch from there. Then another knit stitch and another shortened one with the new needle. And we keep working like that. And it's all knit stitches. So knit stitch and then shortened knit stitch. And this way we have a doubled edge or an edge on both sides. A more complicated way to do this, but also an option, is to do one round with just knit stitches and then with the new needle basically take new knit stitches out from the back side afterwards. But I think this option is a lot quicker and a lot easier because you do both at the same time and it's not as complicated. This way it also looks really neat and I think it looks the same on both sides. Okay, so now with the front stitches, I'm gonna do 10 rounds knit stitches, 10 rounds of knit stitches. Maybe just 8, but we'll see. Then we're going to do the inside and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So stay tuned, I'm going to be back with an update. Okay, so I did 8 rounds and they're done. And now I'm going to mark this with just a little bit of a rubber band, a mini rubber band. Same on the other side. So this is just going to keep them basically where they are while we work on the back. And now we're going to go to the inside and we're going to take the yarn or the thread from our second spool. And now on the outside, on the inside, we're going to do the same thing so that we have the exact same thing going on there as well. And we're going to start from the middle of the ball so that we have the same shade of blue. And now I'm just going to do again 8 rows with just knit stitches here on the inside. And you're going to have the exact same effect as on the outside, which is exactly what we want. So this is the trickiest part, I think, but from there on it goes really easy. So I'll be back after I've done the 8 rounds here, and then I'm going to show you what to do from there on. Okay, so 8 rounds on both sides are done. And now I'm going to continue with the first ball of yarn that I used. So now from the first needle and the one on the inside, I'm taking 1 stitch. And I'm going to do it knitwise. So the point of this is to have just 1 needle after this round that we're going to work with. So here is where it gets a lot more simple and less complicated than so far. The stitches on the other end are still there since I put the little mini rubber band on there, so they're not going to move before we're done. So the hardest part you've already done. Now it gets to the easy stuff. So this is also the first time I'm trying this out with you, so you may see that I'm a little bit slower than usual, but that's because I'm just trying this out with you. I thought it would be really interesting to try this out. So when you buy a sweater from a store, then they usually have this style done, and I just wanted to try it out myself. So this is what it looks like so far. So now that I've done all of the stitches and that they're all together, you can see here what it looks like. And now you can basically continue with your sweater or whatever you were planning on doing with the top already done. I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to shoot a thumbs up if you did. You can also subscribe to my channel. And if you want to stay notified every time I post something new, make sure to click on the notification bell. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next project. Bye!